Does Coffee Stain share features with other games that it develops, publishes? DRG pipe building being a possible example. We do not. For a couple of reasons. The most prominent one is that we work in Unreal Engine, and most of the games published by Coffee Stain are not made in Unreal Engine. And sometimes it just doesn't make sense to share code. Like, what are you gonna do with our dirty ass code? Like, there's so many dependencies and shit. Like, what are you gonna do with it? We do share like ideas, and like, you know, if someone on the on like the Deep Rock Galactic team are like, hey, how'd you implement pipes? Then obviously we'll get on a call and be like, explain it to them. Like, this is how it works. But we've done that with other game studios. You know, sometimes studios outside of Coffee Stain reached out to us and asked, hey, do you have time to talk about Epic Game Service or something like that? And we're like, yeah, sure. If we have time, then we do that. So it's not like exclusively within the Coffee Stain group. It's just something that game devs do. You know, game devs are not super competitive. Like, we're making different games, so we don't really have to be competitive. We've even sat down with like the Fatoria devs and be like, how did you implement conveyor belts? And sort of share knowledge essentially, and make both our games better. So yes, there's been a couple. I say that though, there's been a couple of things that we actually have shared. The vehicle system that we have in Satisfactory is actually there's parts of that vehicle system that has been stolen from Goat Simulator 3. Specifically the multiplayer like syncing of it, I think. The simulation aspects of it. Because when you're playing as a client and you're driving around the vehicle, it's like you're simulating yourself, what's happening with the physics, and then you're syncing up with the server in a certain manner. This is a very dumb way to say it. So yeah, no wonder they were so shite. They were much worse before we did that. But it's mostly the online, like the syncing, like the multiplayer aspect of it. Which doesn't make sense unless you know specifically what part of it that we mean. Hypertube's another example? Not really. I think that's the only thing really I can think of. When you say the vehicle system sucks, I'm not sure if you're referring to like, because what I'm talking about is specifically the multiplayer syncing. That doesn't say anything about the system itself. Like, the system is a different beast. Because there's also the automation system around vehicles, and like how the physics behave, and how the physics behave is a different type of system. Yeah, the netcode, exactly. And the netcode for vehicle is actually quite good. It's just that the physics for the vehicles are kind of wonky. And that's a different thing. It's all complex. Pioneer's tongue physics seems generally, yeah. For sure. Doggo seat for the vehicles. But there's no seat for them though. There's only one seat.